My name is Charlotte and I did the MA in International Development and Education here at Newcastle. The course is really great because it covers all areas of development and education. So you kind of use the lens of the Sustainable Development Goals to explore all aspects of sustainable development, usually through the lens of education. So you can look at health, gender, economies, the climate, but also there's different modules on the future of learning in the digital age. So you can explore the use of AI in education, which is obviously something that's becoming more and more important. And then there's also the really strong kind of underpinnings of research methods, which will help you work towards your dissertation.
This course really attracted me to apply for, in terms of there was lots of different components attached to the course. I think probably the best thing was the placement. So getting the chance to kind of push myself to go to another country that I've never been to before, to collect research for my dissertation. I got to go to Ghana. I got to learn lots about young women and how they live and what affects their school-going experiences, and whether access to water, sanitation, hygiene affects their day-to-day lives. And that just really stands out to me as an amazing component of the course.
What I enjoyed the most, I think, actually was probably my own dissertation, where I was able to take some of the stuff I'd learned from my international work previously and think about teaching and think about pedagogy, but really dial that down into an actual research project, which I'd never done before. And I was able to take some of my contextual knowledge of teaching and practical work and to really build on that and create a theory-driven research project. So I really loved doing that.
My lecturers were both absolutely phenomenal academics in their own right, but also they are the most supportive people you could ask for on a university course.
I remember one occasion when myself and a couple of the other students on the course were just sat down with our lecturers, and they went one by one to each of us. So what do you want to do and how can we help you get there? And that was really helpful because they sort of started that process of thinking, right, what steps do I need to take to get where I want to be?
So after I graduated, I went straight on to do my PhD at Newcastle University, and I focused on intergenerational female empowerment in India. And then I moved on to work at COCO, which is a charity in international development. That's actually the charity that I visited during my placement module with the Masters. So I feel like my career has kind of been full circle at the moment, of volunteering at that organisation through the MAID Masters to then being a paid member of staff at that organisation, which is really quite wonderful.
After I graduated, I went and did a PhD, so I continued what I was really interested in, which was young women's resilience and mental health. Now I work as a postdoctoral research associate at Durham University, working with schools across the country to explore young people's social mobility and opportunities.
If you're into travel and if you're into exploring different philosophical and cultural worldviews, this is absolutely the place for you to be.
If I could sum up my experience of the course in a word, it would be opportunity.
It is the most empowering, intellectually stimulating, exciting course ever.